Do you cycle a bike?
Actually, yes, I do have a bike, and there's a photograph.
And do you use it around Swindon?
I don't use it. I tend to stick in West Swindon because I go out with my kids at weekends and take them. I work at a building down bottom end of Croft Road. I sort of make umpteen trips to the council during the day as well. So I don't think the people I'm meeting in the council or the people I work with would actually appreciate me getting showers every half an hour type of thing. But
well, people that need to pick it up. At 23.5 stone, I'm heavier than you are, albeit taller and less handsome than you. So short, less handsome. We can go up Victoria Road with the right training on a 10-speed, not a 30-speed bike now, without me being damp on my brow and pit. That is a real falsehood. The need to have showers and locker rooms. The new director of curriculum at New College.
I'm starting to go dripping with sweat now.
Well, take your jacket off if you want to. So being on a bike, this business match, special clothing and showers and that, all cyclists need is secure parking. So that's it. Get on your bike and get exercising. You're fit. I'm not, and I don't break into a sweat unless I'm racing.
Yeah, okay. I think this lady was going to continue.
Sorry. Have you actually, as part of all of this, looked at what the cost is of taking cars off the road, X many thousand cars at certain times of the day? And the reason I'm asking is because at my daughter's school we're trying to start a walking bus, and we're having terrible trouble. It's Green Meadow Primary, and we're having real trouble getting parents to volunteer. And I know that there's a lot of people who'd send their children on it if there was someone actually doing it. And I wonder if there were a certain number of cars coming off the roads because people were no longer doing the school run, which they clearly don't have to be on the roads most of the time because of the difference in the holidays. If there was money being saved from not having those cars at that time, could that then be ploughed into getting children walking and cycling to school, so that you're actually starting them young and thinking about it from an early age?
Actually, one of the things that I'm very keen on doing is having cycling proficiency tests rolled out across all the schools. One of the things that we're talking about is how we restrict parking around specifically schools. I mean, it can get a little hairy where you've got residential areas and schools right next to each other. But I mean, that's what my kids walk to school. I walk to school. If I had my way, no one would be able to drive to the school, because I think it's very important for young people, and as Mark's right, slightly unfit people like myself. We should all be doing a lot more, not just because we're taking cars off the road, but actually because it's the healthiest thing to do. And there's no reason why kids cannot walk to school. I think one of the problems is there's a lot of paranoia around, around the safety of children. Some of it might be justified in terms of road use, and that's one of the things we want to try and look at. I would quite happily say restrict vehicle movements around school areas, and that's one of the things we are looking at. How we're going to deliver that, I don't know, but if we can deliver the majority, I'll be quite happy.
Why is that so hard? I don't understand why it's so long.
Why can't we just have white lines on the roads for the cyclists?
Don't we have lines at a certain amount of distance outside schools? Crossings.
You're right, it should be really easy. What I'd say is, how much legislation do you want to have a look at? Because you do anything on a road, and Jerry will know him, you do anything on a road, you are talking about getting traffic regulation orders raised. They have to be published at extremely expensive rates in the local newspaper. I'm sure we can get normal advertising on it cheaper.
We're going to be slowing down our bureaucracy, maybe you won't have to do all that and just get these things done.
I'll tell you, if we could cut through the bureaucracy that we as council have to deal with, we'd do it. We would sign up for that overnight. But this is national legislation. If you want to change a curb and put a different type curb in, you've got to make sure it's got all the right approvals, all this sort of stuff. You can't just do actually what you think is sensible and just do it.
We've got to stop.
I'd like to, but a TRO is costing us between £5,000 and £10,000 per TRO.
Can I just say why this lady can't get the walking bus going?
Well,
the reason she can't get it going is because the car absolutely rules everything, and that's everything that's in this town is car driven. Okay, I'm an experienced cyclist. I cycle 20 miles a day, and every minute I'm on that road, I'm in danger of being killed. I've been lucky; I've only been hit by a van once. at 50 miles an hour. So I'm thankful that and he didn't stop because the guy at the other side of the road wouldn't get out of the way, so he decided he'd hit me instead of the car. So that's the attitude of the drivers that we're dealing with. Until we actually, when we put a cycle lane down the road, you look at the cycle lane, they're all parked on it. Simply because they don't take the cyclists seriously. Get the clampers in, get the blooming tow trucks in, tow the off and crush their cars, and leave them. No, come on. This is the trouble, this is the problem. They don't take cyclists seriously. You see motorists driving down cycle lanes.
I mean,
how uneducated are these people?
One of the things we want to do, and so I will mention the advocate on the front page.
Well, I know this myself.
One of the things we want to use our road safety money for is actually to provide the education. And that is absolutely crucial. And I'm not talking about educating the kids, because actually the kids probably know more than most adults do about the safety on roads. We need to educate the drivers, the cyclists, the young drivers especially. It's almost 60% of accidents are caused by drivers under the age of 26. Now that to me says either the driving test is wrong or something else isn't happening.
Yeah, people don't, their brains don't fully form until they're 25. It's
young men.
young men.
Well, certainly some of the ones I've come across,